Hey guys, 7 WWE Rocks here. Thank you so much for joining me on episode 37 of Saturday Night's Kickout. I'm really looking forward to this one more than usual because it was a really good week in wrestling. Like, no joke. Raw, Raw is Raw. I mean, come on. But it had some exciting parts. Randy Orton going RKO crazy. It was really, just funny to see. But a lot of stuff to talk about, even if it wasn't the most interesting. But NXT I thought was really good. Lucha Underground, I can't wait to talk about that. Dang, was it good. And TNA really did a great job. Some things were hyped up a little more than it really was, but still a very great show nonetheless. And it was a good week, so I can't wait to start talking about that. But before we just get right into the mix of things, I'll be ordering some DVDs very soon. Some of them are on pre-order, some of them maybe not. I don't know, but I'm thinking Pro Wrestling Guerrilla has something to do with it. But yeah, I'm ordering a few DVDs, and I'm really excited for them. They sound really good, and one of them I'm pretty excited for because it gives a whole new outlook on the WWE and their developmental center, but it's from a indie wrestler's perspective. I'm talking about Developmentally Speaking, I believe it's called, with Brian Myers. He's hosting it with I almost said Kurt Hawkins. He is Kurt Hawkins. With Colt Cabana, Chris Hero, and Tommaso Ciampa. So basically, it's like they're all talking about their time in WWE's developmental center, and they kind of all were at different times, which I think is going to be really cool to see. I think Cabana and Ciampa might have been closer together, but Hero's the one that was in NXT. Brian Myers, I don't think was ever in like the NXT we know today. That's what I'm talking about. Hero was in NXT we kind of know today, but it looks really interesting. I really want to see guys that have been there, been in the WWE, and their thoughts on it now. None of them are with the company, as you guys all know, but really excited for that DVD and a few other DVDs I got coming in. So I'm really excited to start watching those. But we got one viewer. We are rocking and rolling. Let's kick off with Raw. I'm not going to talk about every segment, but we're going to talk about the big ones. Tough Enough returns. Triple H was talking about that. Apparently, there's a big announcement. They've hyped it up. Big announcement on Tough Enough. Triple H is going to say the big announcement. But there was no announcement. It was just said Tough Enough's coming back. Yeah, but it wasn't like it's. I thought there was going to be something about this show. Apparently, it was just that this news broke out like hours before Raw, that it was just you're able to make your video and send it to the audition thing. So I guess that was the announcement. But it's 10 guys, 5 females, so should be good. I'm excited. And I've been reading some independent guys are actually looking to be on the show. One independent wrestler that had a WWE tryout, they wanted to remain nameless, but one independent wrestler that's really good apparently was told to just wait till Tough Enough and not even they're not going to give him a contract yet, but just wait till Tough Enough, sign up for it, and you'll be on the show. Basically, what they said. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope we do see some indie wrestlers that we all know and love. But yeah, Tough Enough's coming back, and I'm excited for it. I think it'll be cool. Hopefully, it's not the Stone Cold Tough Enough. That one sucked. I'm talking more early years, like with Josh Matthews and freaking them. Kane, he's the guardian of the gate. Now, a lot of people were making fun of it because there was like Guardians of the Galaxy type parody thing. But for the steel cage match with Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, Kane is going to guard that gate like a boss. So good for him. I don't know. I mean, I'll get more in-depth into it basically when we talk about Kane and his play on Sunday tomorrow. I had one of those freaking just reactions today where I realized, whoa, tomorrow is Extreme Rules. I made a prediction video yesterday and I don't even remember. Hey, that one viewer that's watching this, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Moving on. Miz versus Mizdow. Yes, the title of this episode. Will the real Slim Miz please stand up? Whoever won this match would get the Miz brand. Why would you want the Miz brand? I don't know. But basically, Summer Rae was with Mizdow, and she turned on him. She slapped him or something. I don't know. Miz capitalized on it and got the 1-2-3 with a skull-crushing finale. So Miz is now with Summer Rae. Apparently, he said he's taking some time off to go to Hollywood. I don't know. But really what I want to talk about this segment is, of course, I knew the Miz was going to win. There's no way he's not going to be the Miz. Damian Sandow, he worked that Miz gimmick to perfection, but it was just after that I don't know. After this, I really don't know where Mizdow goes from here. I think the fans are kind of going to forget him. I think the reason why they love this storyline so much was they hate the Miz so much. But Mizdow Sandow is talented, and I'm really excited to see what he does. But I don't know if WWE is going to like back him up because this is kind of something the fans created in the whole Miz and Mizdow thing. Now that it's over, I don't really see him doing like anything from here on out. But he could shock me, and hopefully he does because I think he's a talented guy. Moving on, Reigns killed Bo Dallas. Now, they had Reigns cut a promo, hyping up his match with Big Show, saying he's going to beat up. And, how do you make Roman Reigns look strong? Send in Bo Dallas, apparently. Bo Dallas, he Superman punched him, and then he speared him. And he said, Bo, leave that. So he did it in the Bo Dallas's voice. And I don't really get how that's supposed to make Roman Reigns look strong. But he beat up Bo Dallas to get ready for Big Show. Okay, moving on. John Cena versus a surprising opponent. I thought it was going to be Eric Rowan. I even tweeted that. But no, his U.S. Open challenge for the championship was accepted by Kane. And it was kind of a downer. I didn't really – because I kind of hoped this segment for Cena was supposed to be, up-and-coming guys. Kane, I didn't really get. I saw, no point in that whatsoever because he was doing the whole thing with Rollins. I don't get why he needed that match. But – excuse me, Cena got the win, the 1, 2, 3. He's Cena, man. Come on, he's Superman. Moving on, Rusev killed Cena after the match. So Cena does a backstage segment, says, he's a boss, he's Cena, you can't see me, blah, blah, blah. And Rusev came from behind and attacked him and got him in the accolade with the chain. He was ripping off, his nose. Cena makes the dumbest faces when he's in holds, but it was really funny. He was just pulling back on him, but yeah, Rusev goes in Extreme Rules looking strong. I'm excited for that match. Hopefully it's good. I don't really care for the whole touch four corners things or whatever because then now it seems like when Rusev does lose, keyword win. When Rusev loses, I feel like he can just be like, I wasn't pinned. Let's do a third match because YOLO. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Rollins apologized to Kane. Basically, Kane was screaming at him the entire night. It was just based on their love-hate relationship, I guess. Rollins apologized to him. This is after Kane was made the guardian of the gate. So, obviously, he's looking to get on Kane's good side. And Kane said he accepted his apology or something. I don't know. They left. But here's the whole thing. Kane's going to be guarding the gate. He's going to be pissed off. On SmackDown, apparently, he made Seth Rollins lay down for him or something, so he's still pissed off at him. But here's the deal. Come Sunday, Kane's going to end up helping Rollins. All said and done, he's going to screw Randy Orton or something. I don't know. But he's going to help Seth Rollins. So I think he's going to be on his side by the end of Extreme Rules. We'll see what happens. I don't really care. It's Kane. Ziggler versus Rollins in the main event and debuted his new finisher, which kind of sucks, but it's no curb stomp. It's not the worst finisher in the world, but it's no curb stomp, and I hate the fact that every finisher that is for a development guy or a new guy, they give him some variation of the DDT. All right, we see it. We get it. It's a DDT. Why do they keep doing variations of it? I don't know. But Rollins got the 1, 2, 3. Good for him. And he was talking smack, I guess. I don't know. The steel cage came down for some reason. I forget. I don't know. Maybe I should pay attention more. But steel cage was coming down. And Randy Orton, who, by the way, early in the night had 4 RKOs. He RKO'd Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, RKO'd Heath Slater backstage in the catering. And then he was RKO'ing everybody. I don't know. And so the steel cage came down with Orton inside, and Rollins finally realized that, tried to get the heck out of there, climbing up. Orton, of course, did an amazing RKO. He pulled his leg out from under him from a distance, a good height, maybe 10 feet, I don't know, and caught Rollins with the RKO. But here's the deal. This is what I don't get. The entire night, he's going RKO crazy. Now, 2 weeks ago, they already made the announcement the RKO is banned on Extreme Rules. So, yes, RKOing everybody makes you look like a boss. Yeah, it lets you, okay, if the RKO is banned, how about I use it tonight and just kill everyone with it, just get it out of my system. I get that. That was funny. I like it. But you're so dominant with the one move that you're not going to be able to use when the pay-per-view comes. So, if you're acting all dominant and killing everybody, RKOing everybody, you're not going to be able to use it on Sunday. So, what's the point? why don't you punt everybody and then say, bro, I still got the punt. I'm going to kill you with it on Sunday. And there you go. I didn't really get why just RKOing, because Seth Rollins could be like, yeah, you can RKO everybody, but guess what? It's still banned on Sunday, so I don't get why you're doing that. That's just me. Let me know your thoughts on that. And, yeah, we're moving on to NXT. Charlotte versus Bayley versus Becky Lynch in a triple threat match for the #1 contendership to Sasha Banks title. Now, this was a really good match. The Divas for NXT deliver, unlike the main roster Divas. Great match. I really enjoyed it. Back and forth action. Finishers were going left and right. It was pretty sweet, to be honest. And Becky Lynch got, like, it was like Charlotte was holding her in a powerbomb position. Bayley climbs up to the top rope, jumps off, does like a spinning elbow to Becky, and as she's falling, Charlotte powerbombs her. So Becky's like out. She's done. She's like done for. That's it. So Charlotte and Bayley are going back and forth. Charlotte gets her in that beautiful figure 4 lock she does, and she did the whole thing where it's like it kind of does the Bray Wyatt spider walk, like while holding her in the figure 4, so it's like making the pain even more just awful. And while that was happening, Bayley's shoulders were on the mat. Becky, after everyone thought she had been killed, crawls up, puts her arm over Bayley while Charlotte has her in the submission move, gets the 1, 2, 3. So Becky Lynch just stole that match from Charlotte. Charlotte looks super pissed. And it's Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks for the NXT title. I have no idea when, but I'm excited for that match. That sounds really good, especially with Becky and Sasha at one point being tag partners, being best friends, I guess. And now they're fighting for the title. I really like Becky Lynch. I think she's a great character. That freaking Irish accent is amazing. And she's, nice on the eyes. But anyway, I'm looking forward to the match. I think Becky is really underrated when it comes to the NXT Divas because, we got Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha. It seems like Becky kind of, gets looked over. But, yeah, I can't wait for that match. It's going to be really good. Main event time was Kevin Owens versus Alex Riley. Alex Riley still feels the need that he has to prove something and beat Kevin Owens. He believes he can, and we all know he can. He sucks. He's Alex Riley. But Kevin Owens powerbombed him, killed him. A good, semi-good match. And Kevin Owens gets the 1, 2, 3, and after the match, throws Riley to the outside. Looks like he's about to beat up on him, then walks off, then comes right back to powerbomb him on the apron. He's about to do it. Who makes the save? Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn finally gets his hands on Kevin Owens after losing the NXT Championship. They're freaking brawling. It's awesome. They're fighting fine. Security comes out. Not security, the NXT locker room. Refs come out to separate the two. And they're in the corner, like in the back, like side. They're outside the ring. They're holding Owens back. Sami Zayn climbs at the top rope, jumps off, does a freaking senton onto all the locker room. Kevin Owens, the refs, everyone falls down. Beautiful spot, and it was something from Ring of Honor. El Generico has done that before. Somebody put a GIF up on it. It was like the exact same spot. Generico jumps off and kills the entire locker room. So it was really cool to see that. See their like ROH stuff, and I can't wait for Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens Part 2. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. I hope maybe there's some sort of stipulation, but who cares? They're just going to freaking go at it, so I can't wait. NXT was really good. I really enjoyed it. Now on to Lucha Underground, which was freaking amazing. Probably one of the best episodes I've seen, if not the best, in Lucha Underground's existence. Now, you really have to cherish these next few episodes because Season 1 is coming to an end. Yes, it's not going to be like a regular wrestling like Raw or TNA. It's not going to be, 365 days. The season's going to be over, so it's going to be like your regular TV show, your regular like Breaking Bad and stuff, where they each have seasons. So they've already taped the finale. Thankfully, I don't know anything, but so this storyline's been going for a while now. Last Wednesday's night was all about the Trios Championship tournament. Finally comes to an end. You had Tejano Jr., King Cuerno, and Cage. That's all one team versus Big Rick, his cousin, the Mac, Willie Mack, and Killshot, I believe, or Shane Strickland. So that's two teams versus a third team, which is Ivelisse, Son of Havoc, and Angelico. Now, this is a triple threat, 3-man tag team finals. It's awesome. That's crazy. So the winning team gets tag team championships. They'll be the first ever trios, 3-man tag team, or 3-woman, Ivelisse, 3-person tag team champion. So that's freaking awesome. I love that. So basically, I'm gonna really set this up because this match, like, I hate to get all like, crazy on you. I just like to watch wrestling and love it and not go too in depth into it. But this was storytelling at its freaking finest. I loved it. So basically, the entire night, it's basically Ivelisse, Son of Havoc, and Angelico. Now I'm gonna talk about their entire relationship from the start of Lucha Underground to this episode, to the last episode that aired. So Ivelisse and Son of Havoc at first were boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, Son of Havoc, they're both bad guys, and Son of Havoc wasn't able to get very much wins. He was hated by the fans. He's the heel. They boo him, and he just wasn't able to get any wins. Then Angelico, amazing high flyer from Brazil, I think, or South Africa. I could be wrong. I don't know. Somewhere in South Africa, I think. Might be Brazil. I don't know. But Angelico, awesome high flyer. He just has a match with Son of Havoc. They, I think, have a few matches, and I want to say Angelico wins all of them, I believe. But then Ivelisse is like, I'm not going to be able to date a loser, Son of Havoc. Like, she's blatant with him. She says, I'm not dating a loser. So how about Iris Angelico? And I believe she actually beats Angelico. So right there, it's like, wow, Ivelisse is better than Son of Havoc. We know who wears the pants in that relationship. And then I believe Son of Havoc has a match with Angelico, I want to say. And while he's on the top turnbuckle, he grabs a mic and says, you know what, Ivelisse, I know it's been holding me back. It's you. And we're done. We're over. I'm breaking up with you. Ivelisse is freaking out. And Son of Havoc hits his beautiful Starship Airborne. I don't know. What's it? Shooting Star Press, obviously. Shooting Star Press gets the 1, 2, 3, and he wins. So basically, it shows that without Ivelisse is the problem that he's been having all this long. So he beats Angelico. Now, they still get thrown in the mix. They have back and forth matches. And when this whole tag team trios thing happens, the owner of Lucha Underground, Dario Cuerto, says, you know what? I'm going to put you guys in a team. You're going to have to get along with each other. And he's doing this just because he's a bad guy. He knows that these guys hate each other. They're not going to get along. How are they going to be able to win any matches together? So all of them are just like, oh, this sucks. I hate you and I hate you. And basically, their qualifying match to get to the finals, Ivelisse walks out. She says, you know what? Screw this team. I don't like Son of Havoc, and I especially hate Angelico, so I'm out. She's walking up the ramp, to get to the ring, and she's walking up that, and Son of Havoc gets the win. So she's still stuck with him at this point. Now, I love teams like this. Matt Hardy, MVP, Kane, and Daniel Bryan. I love teams that don't get along. I think it's just so funny to see them progress. Now, this is now leading up to the finals, last Wednesday, last episode. And I forget, Tejano, King Cuerno, and Cage, they get eliminated. They're out. They're gone. So it comes down to Big Rick's team versus the corrupted, can't get along team of Son of Havoc, Ivelisse, and Angelico. Now, it's a great match. All these awesome spots. With Lucha Underground, there's so many awesome spots. It's hard to remember all of them. It's crazy. Freaking even before Cage and them got eliminated, Cage was doing awesome stuff. King Cuerno was doing awesome stuff. It was awesome. Freaking amazing. So basically, leading up to it, Son of Havoc, Ivelisse, and Angelico, they're working together. They're finally tagging each other, and they're becoming a cohesive unit. They're on the same page. They end up beating Big Rick and his boys, his cousin, the Mac, and Killshot. So they've won the tag team championships. They did it. This is a corrupt team, a team that freaking hates each other's guts. They can't win. Like none of them can freaking, like, Son of Havoc has become such a big face since then. Like, when he broke up with Ivelisse, that was the turn of it. Fans love him. It's amazing how the fans are so behind them. Then I look at the clock, and there's still 15 minutes left in the show, and I'm thinking, is there another match or something? Why wasn't this the main event? Dario Cueto, yes, the owner of Lucha Underground, comes out and says, that was impressive, guys. Hats off to you. But there's one more team in this tournament that I didn't tell you about, and they're about to verse you, and it's a no disqualification match. So the Crew comes out. Yes, they formerly were Big Rick's henchmen, basically. Mr. Cisco, I believe one of their name is, and two others. B-Boy's there, and it's a three-man group. But no disqualification is their specialty. They freaking love that. They're amazing at it. That just shows, they're crazy. And Dario Cueto doesn't want Son of Havoc's team to win. So basically, it's a no disqualification match. Singapore Canes come out. Everything's going crazy. Freaking one of the Crew's guys suplexes freaking Son of Havoc like off the guardrail, like that holds off the fans. He does that, and they kind of botch it, but it's still awesome because it's Lucha Underground, so everything's awesome. Basically, Son of Havoc's head hit the guardrail. It had to have hit his eye. It looked just gruesome. And I was like, dang, he has to be hurt. But he continued on with the match. Dario Cueto, where he sits, his office, I guess, is kind of connected not to the ring, but it's right next to the ring. It's like 20 feet, high. And one of the crew members beats up Angelico and leaves him there. So Angelico, it's kind of like being left on top of a Hell in a Cell. So, and you have a partner down below, you can't save him. That's basically what it was. So, the Crew's beating on Ivelisse. They're beating on Son of Havoc. Just all crazy stuff. Singapore Canes, they're doing, freaking baseball slides into their faces. They did that 3 times to Son of Havoc. They're beating down. It looks like there's no hope for these guys. Then, like an angel from above, Angelico, and I swear, if you did not see this, you have to go watch it. It's freaking awesome. Angelico runs off the roof of Dario Cueto's office, like a 20-foot drop to the ring, jumps off and cross-bodies them in probably one of the greatest things I've seen in wrestling. It was awesome. Takes out 2 of the Crew's members, and when it looks, Ivelisse is being on him with Singapore Canes, and Angelico, Son of Havoc get on the top rope, and 2 crew members lie, dead on the floor. Angelico hits a double foot stomp. Son of Havoc hits a shooting star press. 1, 2, 3. This team that hated each other is now the first ever Lucha Underground Trios champions. One of the best endings to the show. It was awesome to see them come together. I mean, the storyline has been so long and it's just drawn out so freaking far. It was awesome. I really loved it. Storytelling to its finest. If you watched it, let me know what you thought. I really want to hear your thoughts. Lucha Underground, that was awesome, and it was just incredible to watch. I was so glad to be a fan of that. It's just like the announcers couldn't even commentate over because it was just them being a fan. Awesome stuff. Moving on, gotta go to TNA now, which was a night of knockouts. Kind of. 3 knockouts matches. That doesn't qualify as a night of knockouts. Now, they really hyped this up. Like, in my eyes, I thought it was going to be a full 2-hour show. And then a week went by, and it seemed like, okay, a few male matches are being added. It seems like it's only going to be an hour 30 minutes, maybe even an hour. And it just seemed like this was a regular night of Impact. That's legit what it seemed like, with like 2 more knockouts matches, because they usually, have 1 segment, maybe even 2. It seemed like a regular night, but it was a good night of Impact. Really good stuff. Really enjoyed it. First match, because the show didn't even start off. It said hashtag Night of Knockouts, and Kurt Angle kicks off the show. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. Austin Aries cashes in his his wannabe Money in the Bank briefcase, TNA's version of it, and says the main event, it's going to be Aries versus Angle. It's not going to be EY, which was the promoted match. It's not going to be EY versus Angle. It's going to be me. I'm cashing in. Let's do this. Main event, Angle versus Aries. Yeah, right. That's not going to happen. The number 1 contendership was a fatal 4-way for the Knockouts title. Gail Kim versus Brooke versus Angelina Love versus Madison Rayne. Brooke won. That's all I got because, no joke, I was on Twitter and they released the Joker's, Jared Leto's version of the Joker for the Suicide Squad movie in full makeup, and I was pretty baffled by that. So I couldn't really watch that much of the match. But Brooke gets the win. Good job, Brooke. Micah versus Kenny King, because it was a member of the Rising was going to take on a member of the Beatdown Clan. Micah wins. Good match. I enjoyed it. I don't really care that much for Micah, but I love Kenny King, so that was really good. But Micah gets the win, but then they beat the crap out of all the Rising guys. The Beatdown Clan beats down the Rising, and it's announced Drew Galloway will verse Loki in a pipe on a pole match. I see no point in this, and I don't really get that. Next week's Hardcore Justice, that's the only thing they promoted it on. No commercials. I don't think so, but that was it. Like, they did not promote Hardcore Justice well at all. And apparently they have a one night only of Hardcore Justice coming out, so I don't get why do a Hardcore Justice on TV and then just do a one night only too. I don't really get that, but pipe on a pole match, like, what? You beat up the guy and you grab the pole and say, you grab the pipe and say, yay, I have a pipe. Cool. Who cares? Get another pipe. Like, seriously, if the other guy wins, go buy a pipe. Go in an alley and get a pipe. It's not that hard. You don't have to climb up a pole and kick the guy, risk getting the crap beaten out of you. Go in an alley. Get a pipe. Gosh. All right, anyway. The Dollhouse debuted. Jade, a.k.a. Mia Yim, was going to take on Laura Dennis, which was Cherry Bomb. Marty Bell, who's part of the Dollhouse, was at ringside, supporting Jade. Now, I thought it was really funny. Josh Matthews on commentary was like, Laura Dennis, if you don't know her, on the indie scene is Cherry Bomb. And Jade, I don't know Jade. He legit was like, I don't know that much about Jade. Yet he knows the independent background to freaking Cherry Bomb. I didn't really get that. But basically, Marty Bell tries to grab Cherry Bomb's leg, so she gets ejected. And she starts walking to the back. The ref is still on the outside after ejecting her, turns his back. Marty Bell runs at him, knees him in the back into the freaking pole. That's into one of the freaking, can't remember the word. I don't know. Turnbuckle pole thing. I don't know. Yeah, so she takes out the ref, and that's a, DQ. And what's her face? They put like a ball in the ref's mouth, I think. Or they do it to Christy Hemme, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think they did it to Christy Hemme. They beat up Christy Hemme because she was like, you guys lost. You killed the ref. You're facing murder charges. And, yeah, they get disqualified, so they freaked out. They were, like, ripping their hair out, like, screaming and stuff, and it was crazy. And they beat up Christy Hemme, I want to say, and put that, like, lollipop ball thing in her mouth. It was really weird. But I liked it because it was it wasn't just a squash match debut. Like, they lost, and then they showed their characters by freaking the absolute fudge out. It was insane. So they're out of their mind. But it was a good segment. I mean, that squash match, so I thought that was cool. Davey Richards versus Manic. Great match. It was really exciting. I don't think you can have a bad match with Davey Richards and Manic. And I wish Davey would go against Angle for the world title, to be honest. But he beat Manic, so he's going for the X Division title. Revolution comes out, beats the crap out of him because they said, you can't beat up Manic. They beat the crap out of him. Hardys come out. Damn, the Hardys saved Davey Richards. Woohoo, happy ending. Sorry, I don't want to make this too long. And I feel like that Lucha Underground thing went way too long. I apologize. Mickie James with Magnus, she said she has a big announcement, and she's like, you know what, we, her and Magnus have a kid, so they're going home. She's going to want to go home, and she's officially announcing her retirement. Then James Storm comes out, says, no, you're not. One more time, let's do it. One more match, blah, blah, blah. Mickie James says, you know what, I'm going to do it. Magnus seems really pissed about that. He seems kind of like, whoa, I thought we talked about it, raise our family together, not just do a match. I don't know what that meant. Like, maybe she was versing James Storms or something, but James Storm talked her into doing a match. With who? I don't know. But, yeah, Mickie James down in retirement. Good for her. EC3 basically talked about he is doing EC3, hashtag EC3 2018, hashtag EC3 for champion. So he's fighting for the world championship. He should already have it by now, to be honest. Mr. Anderson comes out, beats him up. Woo, Anderson. Yeah, all right, moving on. This really was taking up time from the knockout stuff, which I didn't really like, especially because I looked on the TNA comments page, and a lot of people were like, I don't want EC3's announcement to take up too much time for the knockouts. I don't want the male thing to take up too much time for the knockouts. So they really didn't do a good job on that, but it was still a great night, I truly thought. Taryn Terrell versus Awesome Kong for the title in the Night of Knockouts main event. So technically not the main event, but it was the knockouts version of the main event. So I don't know. basically they showed a video package of their feud, Awesome Kong and Taryn Terrell. Awesome, they showed her power bombing him through a table, which by the way was awesome. But I was thinking about that. I was like, man, I'm surprised this isn't a tables match. Sure enough, she announced a no disqualification match. So no, not a tables match, but still, no disqualification. So that's really cool. And a table was involved. Basically, they're fighting, it's basically Taryn Terrell just bouncing off of Awesome Kong. Anything she does, just bouncing off her. So they're attacking each other with Singapore cans. A table gets brought out, and Awesome Kong looks like she's about to jump off and do her splash through a table, probably killing Taryn Terrell in the process. When Jade and Marty Bell, the dollhouse, come out. So it's like, what are they doing? They both grab Singapore canes and start beating the crap out of Awesome Kong as she's on the top rope. So Awesome Kong's taking hits, and Taryn Terrell goes up and grabs her from behind, I guess, and power bumps her with the help of the dollhouse. They help pick her up, power bombs her through the table, and goes for the pin. Now the pin, I'm gonna try to keep this as PG as possible because I like you kids watching. She got on top of her, straddled her, and put her hands for the pin directly on her chest, right on there. And it was just like, this is weird. What am I watching? And got the 1, 2, 3, and just like that, as soon as Awesome Kong went through the table, Taryn Terrell's personality, her character changed like that. She was done from being a face, went right to being a heel. So that was really, really good on her part because I didn't really like her as a face. I thought she was kind of bad at it. She was too goody two-shoes. But now she's a heel. She's with the dollhouse. She says if you mess with her, you're going to have to go through her friends, and you don't want to mess with them because they're out of their mind. They're psychos. So that was really good segment, and a really surprising heel turn. I knew about it because of spoilers, but very surprising heel turn. Sorry, I'm going too long. I think I lost a viewer because I went too long. Main event, there's 5 minutes left in the show, so I obviously knew Aries versus Angle wasn't happening. EY comes out as Aries is in the ring, and he attacks him from behind, goes to the outside, pile drives him once, then puts him on the stairs and pile drives him a second time, and then Angle comes out. So I call BS on that because Angle thought he was having a world title match, so obviously he's close to the entrance ring. So he's watching from the back, I think, or maybe he was just in the zone, getting ready. And it takes 2 pile drivers from EY, killing Aries in the process. I just received word. He's facing murder charges as we speak. He's on death row. Angle comes out after that to make the save, and EY attacks him. He breaks his leg in the process. I don't know. He kills him. And that's how the show ends. Crazy Eric Young. Gosh. Good show, though. I really did enjoy it. If I was making fun of it, if you thought I was making fun of it, I wasn't. It was a really good show. The knockouts, dang, they're good. All right, top 5 segment, WWE. Check out his channel, WWE TNA 1152. Go check out his channel. He suggested me doing this segment. Top 5, number 5, going with Cena because he defended the United States Championship. He's been on this list every week. Number 4, I went with Orton because he killed everyone, basically. Number 3, Becky Lynch, because that was a really surprising win. Number 2, Taryn Terrell, because she defended her title, and she's a freaking boss heel now. And number 1, I can't think of them as 3 people. That might be a cop-out answer, but after Lucha Underground, they are 1. Number 1 goes to the new Trios Tag Team Champions, Evilise, Son of Havoc, and Angelico. Match of the week, the Lucha Underground match with all of them. Freaking awesome. Kick-out segment, Lucha Underground. That's it. Bye, guys. No. Lucha Underground was awesome. Freaking just kick-out segment, if you don't know, is me talking about the positives in wrestling. It's just to look back and say, wow, this was good this past week. Lucha Underground, some TNA, the knockouts, they did step up. Some of the matches could have been better. Jade versus Laura Dennis. It's basically Mia Yim versus Cherry Bomb. So that might have been a lot better, but it was focusing on their debut and not just them putting on a great match. That would help with their debut, but not with their characters. Raw, Extreme Rules tomorrow. It's a WWE pay-per-view. Yes, they might not be storyline-wise the greatest things, but it's a pay-per-view, so it's a good night of wrestling. PWG's killing it like always. Ring of Honor's doing great things. And, yeah, that's all I got. Sorry, this show went on way too long. I really do apologize. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm on Twitter at 7WBRocks. And yeah, guys, I really do appreciate you watching. As always, have a nice day.